Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Australian singer-songwriter Christian Mitzi. With his beautiful singing voice, his incredible guitar style, and every word matters in his lyrics. It was good to actually pay tribute to a guy who I've actually seen perform live, so it's great to give him a bit of a go on this channel. Well, we're going from there to another Australian. Dean Lewis Grant Loney was born in 1987 in Sydney. In fact, it was in 2005. He was really good at Halo 2, the video game, and he did actually represent Australia in the World Cyber Games in Singapore in 2005. It was around that time too that he was starting to get inspired musically, and Oasis, the Gallagher brothers, well and truly inspired him. The way they used to come on stage and do these things, the way these guys used to write songs as well, very introspective in many ways. And Dean Lewis was able to, I suppose, work on his own style of songwriting by being inspired by those two. In 2014, he was signed to Specific Music Records, but later in 2016, Island Records and University will come calling and say, hey, can you please come and record with us? And so signed with them in 2016. Shortly after, the song Waves came out. This got to number 12 in the Australian charts. Now, this is quite a significant song for Dean. Quite incredible given it was his debut single. It's gotten a few shows, including Suits, Grey's Anatomy, Riverdale and Magnum PI. And so it just seemed to capture the mood of what the characters were going through when the song would feature. This song would go on to 7 times platinum. A couple of the lines, it comes and it goes in waves. There is a light in the dark, but is it ever coming back again? What comes and goes in waves? Well, the good times and the bad times. The good times, you think they're never ever going to end. They're so good, they're so fantastic, they're beautiful things, and then the bad times come. And then it all gets together again, and then good times come, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Because we all kind of hope that, it'll be just a bit of smooth sailing eventually. But this very much captures the essence of relationships, which do go through their ebbs and flows. And Dean Lewis has just got the really good way of actually being able to write about it. So it got the official and live version of Waves Below. Would eventually come off the EP Some Kind of Different from 2017. Another song that came off that album, Need You Now. I'm lonely for you. I was calling out for you, but now there are broken bottles on the floor. But I'm missing our friendship. What an interesting song this one is. This song, by the way, got to number 27 in the chart and received 5 ARIA nominations. What an interesting song this one is. There's affection, there's passion, but there's friendship. We're not always kissing and cuddling each other, are we? Sometimes we're just talking with each other. Sometimes we're just having fun together. We might be holding hands while we're having fun, but we're having fun as a mate, and we just like being together. Don't underestimate the importance of friendships in relationships and romantic relationships. Friendships are really important, because when those other things fade, and they may fade from time to time, friendship will remain if it's strong. And, in lots of ways, love is in each one of these things. We have love and passion, absolutely. We have love and affection, but we also have love in friendship. Hey, that familiarity of the person's smile, there's their presence of being with them, that there's love in those moments as well. So I think Need You Now is more than just the romantic stuff. This is like the whole thing. This is like, hey, I'm just missing all of you. You know how sometimes we say, can't wait to see you? Well, it's more than just seeing, innit? We want to be with them, don't we? So can't wait for you. Not just romance, but all of you. Because, I love you and I just can't wait to be with you. Need You Now is very much a case of looking back, perhaps introspectively and thinking, oh, I missed that. I think it's okay to say this sort of stuff too, by the way, just because a relationship comes to an end doesn't mean it's come to an end. It might have come to an end like the two of you together, but it doesn't come to an end in your mind and your heart because you're thinking, well, I was with someone and now not anymore. Oh, reminds me of that song by the Beatles, Yesterday. I did something wrong she wouldn't say, and all of a sudden it was yesterday. I think we've got to be graceful and gracious in this world of human experience. We expect people to move on and to get over things and do all the rest of the stuff that they do, but you know what? It's not that easy. We do need time and space and maybe understanding as well and empathy to actually realise that the person is struggling, that it's going to take them a while to move forward from something. It just doesn't happen straight away. Because of loneliness, particularly at night, when you might have got that good night text message, or in the morning when you get that good morning, or that thinking of you during the day thing, when those things are no longer there, it can be really, really hard. And I think there is a loss, and so when there is loss, we have grief. Grief is one of these things that cushions us through those times. Thank goodness for that. If you think, by the way, grief is a bad thing, no, it's not. It's a gift to us when there's been a loss, and that is enables us, it cushions us through the hard times. So I've got an official clip of Need You Now. In 2019, his first studio album, A Place We Knew, got released, and off that album we've got the song Be Alright. I know you love her, but it's now over, mate. But I just want to stay. Again, we're getting into this fine detail around breakups, and that is, hey, part of me didn't want to break up. But as it talks about in this song, you were kissing him. Well, that's clearly, first of all, you shouldn't be doing that if you're in a relationship. And secondly, it's a betrayal. I think the B word is actually used in this song, and so the guy is just really, really struggling with the fact he wasn't prepared for it to be over. But even worse, he wasn't prepared for it the way it was going to be over. But as I was watching the clip, which I'd never actually watched before, I was kind of wasn't sure which way the song was going to go. It wasn't going to go, hey, look, and the part of the clip is him walking out of a maze. Something quite philosophical about that too. He's just walked away from that. But you are wondering whether he's going to, go back. Because I just want to stay. But no, as the clip gets on further and further, the steps get that little more confident. But the thing about the clip is it still is a challenge to walk away from something. But it's going to hurt for a little bit of time, but it'll be all right. So we've got official and studio version of that one before. The studio version, I think, is live. It's pretty good, actually. And in 2022, The Hardest Love. Now, I actually conducted a memorial service recently, and this song, How Do I Say Goodbye, was actually chosen. I didn't actually know this song even existed, but I must admit, when I heard the song, I thought, oh yeah, that's right, that's this song. And so that particular service actually inspired me to look at Dean Lewis a little bit more too. But How Do I Say Goodbye was actually written for his dad, who in 2019 was given a cancer diagnosis. The story goes on to say that his dad actually did get through that, which is pretty good. But there's a pretty amazing live version of How Do I Say Goodbye, and his dad's actually on the stage here. Now, his dad very reluctantly gets onto the stage, but he does get on the stage and just kind of plays guitar along with his son, Dean. And the vocals are really, really good here. Dean's got a very, very good, beautiful, pleading, resonant voice. So it's good to see him singing to the guy he wrote the song about. Live version of that one below. In 2024, out came the album epilogue. Now, Dean Lewis has had 3 albums, 1 EP, 29 singles and 11 music videos. He's estimated to have sold 6.3 million albums. That's amazing, actually, for only 4 albums. That's very, very good. Just shows that there's something about Dean that has really resonated, particularly in Australia, because when it comes to awards, he's been nominated 17 times for ARIA Awards, Australian Record Industry Association, won 3 of those. In the APRA, Australian Performing Rights Association, which is very much the royalty licensing side of the world, 16 nominations with 6 wins. And so it's good to see that the industry as well as the fans have resonated with this guy. So the links to those 6 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Christian Mitzi, so if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Life Reflections through Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to get onto a guy that's brought the sax to life a little bit, Kenny G. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.